Apparently we're live. Maybe I'm a liar and it doesn't take as long as I thought.
I didn't get the notification.
Yep, maybe YouTube's just a liar. No, it's
there we
live.
Go. I got the live. The return of Jchip.
And we're live. Look at that. Welcome back, everybody. Sugoi Boyz 49. There are almost as many Sugoi Boyz episodes as there are states in America. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel magical and mystical that we've almost done 50 of these.
Magical and mystical. Nice. Yes. Welcome back. If you guys notice, we have Jchip from the Jchip Show here again. It's been a little bit since I got to talk to you. So it's good. I know you were in Chicago, you're saying, watching some AEW wrestling. Is that what it is?
All out.
Was
was
anybody thrown through a table?
It was a really cool event. Yes. There was a...
How many bodies were
skateboarder dude? He had thumbtacks on the bottom of the skateboard. Too many to count.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Oh, man. I think you're on like a delay. Yeah, I can hear you, but I think you're on a delay.
Oh, shit.
I was hearing you fine.
Okay.
Can you hear me now, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I think it's like delayed for you for some reason.
I don't know why.
Huh. Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, because I'm saying stuff and then it takes a while. But that's fine. Let's start, in that case, let's start with you as to what you watched, read, or bought from your insane pawn shop lately, if anything. Oh, are you there? Oh, might have lost Jchip. Oh, technical difficulties, people. Temporarily lost Jchip from the Jchip Show. We hardly knew him. I'm sure he'll be back. I'm sure he'll return to us. In the meantime, I guess what I could talk about, like what I been watching lately. Not as much anime as I should be. I've been watching, like, Dave Chappelle on Netflix was pretty good. As was a movie called 1922. It's also a Netflix version. That was a pretty good horror movie. But in terms of anime, keeping up with Vinland Saga and Dr. Stone. I've been trying to keep up with Demon Slayer, but I have not seen this new episode. The Gaio site that I use does not have the new episode yet. I don't know if they delayed it or something, or if there wasn't a new one this week, or if there's a break for Kimetsu no Yaiba. I'm not sure. But I have not seen it. There is a new one. I haven't seen it, but I did see the new Vinland Saga episode 10, I believe, and Dr. Stone. I think they're on like 13 or something. Both of which are pretty good. But kind of bummed out about Demon Slayer. Kind of bummed out that I did not see a new episode. And I've been kind of researching like stuff that's coming up in the future that I definitely want to watch. There are rumors of Ruby Volume 7 airing, I believe. I don't think it's. I don't. Maybe rumors is a not the word to use here. I believe they actually announced that RWBY Volume 7 is going to be in early November. I think. Let me double check that while I'm here. I want to say it was like the first week of November. The 7th currently in production, scheduled to premiere November 2nd. So November 2nd for RWBY Volume 7. Something that I'm certainly excited for. Volume 6 is pretty good. I've always been a huge advocate for RWBY on this channel. I think it's a great friggin' show. I think that it's, in terms of American anime, one of the better ones that I think people should check out. And I can't wait for that to come out, early November. I heard that I really want a premiere of Weathering with You. I don't know when that's actually going to hit like American theaters. I really hope soon. Hey, Sweet Pea. Jchip is here, I believe, but some technical difficulty. He's trying to connect back in. We had him for a minute or two. He was in Chicago watching wrestling. I heard some of that story. I got to see some wrestling live in person. I didn't quite get to ask him if he hit anybody over the head with a steel chair. But we can all hope that he did. But so yeah, I'm really excited for RWBY Volume 7. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Volume 6, like I said, was one of my favorite seasons of the show thus far. I really want a Weathering with You premiere at some point in America, and hopefully at a theater near me. There is one theater about 20 or so minutes away. It's not my closest theater, but they do air anime stuff from time to time. Excuse me, I grab some water. It's actually a really nice theater, but it's kind of the thing, like, I don't know if any of you guys are like this, where like you're watching something. Oh, I'm sorry, you see like a trailer for something, and you're like, well, all right, that might get me to go to a theater, but do I really have to go to the shit theater? Because technically, the theater closest to my house is like a 5-minute drive, but it's really shitty. It's expensive. It's gross inside. It has like weird pricing for it's people will say like it's cheap, but like that's only on like matinee, like midday type shows. Otherwise, I don't really consider it worth the money a lot of the time to go to this certain theater. And it's always like the floor is always sticky. It is the atypical theater that you don't want to go to. You haven't seen RWBY, but I've heard good things. I would definitely check out RWBY if you get a chance, although season 1 is always hard because to introduce people to RWBY, because season 1 kind of looks crappy in terms of animation quality and everything. And even the story doesn't really like pick up that much, I think, in that season. It's kind of meh. But if you're the type of person that is willing to sort of like maybe wait out for a show to get really good, I would definitely recommend checking out RWBY. Have you ever had like a bad movie theater experience that have been like gross inside? Because I certainly have. I have been to the theater that's 5 minutes away from my house that never airs anime stuff, so I kind of stopped really going there. Because also I never really want to go to the movie theaters. Do you guys go to the movie theater anymore? Like, the one closest to my house is like, I want to say it's like $13 to $15, and it's not it's gross inside. Like you go there, and there's always you get your ticket, right, and you walk up, and they're like, oh, whatever, it's in room 3 or whatever the fuck. So you go to room 3. As soon as you go through the door, there is already popcorn on the floor. There's already wrappers, maybe like a friggin' like an old cup always just sitting there. You're always bound to find like one of those things. Like if there's ever like a fucking treasure hunt and somebody's like, "Hey, miasma, I need you to find these 3 things. I need you to find one of these things. I need you to find an empty cup. I need you to find random bits of popcorn and a Twizzlers wrapper." I promise you, one of those 3 things is on the floor of my closest theater. And so it's just gross in there. Then you get to the inside of the actual theater where like it stops being like that carpeted floor and it starts to be that I don't want to say like a normal like concrete floor. Jchip's laptop decided it wanted to update. That's fun. Well, while it does that, I'm going to continue to gross people out about my movie theater. Welcome back, everybody. I noticed a few people just jumped in. Hey, Light, what's up? So then you get there, and the floor is always sticky at this place. And the seats are really like they haven't like updated like the seats in a while. So like they're kind of like, in a lot of theaters nowadays they try and make it like, comfortable for their customers. This place, nah. We got these old seats from like 1842 that like you gotta fucking like snap your back in half trying to get out of it. But the theater it's about 20-25 minutes away is relatively updated and it's always clean, and because it's kind of in like a remote town. It's in like a plaza that's like in the middle of like a bunch of kind of like farm, like hilly farm towns. So it's like a major, it's kind of like a marketplace area, but it's not a lot of like, I don't think a lot of people really like use the theater that much. However, whoever owns it must have invested a lot of cash into it because it's kept very clean. It's got every theater is pretty like individual like theater room is pretty large. Everything there always like looks good. It's always clean. The seats are fucking amazing. The seats are like full on recliners. You could sleep in there if you really wanted to. The food, it has a lot more like variety for like food. The one closest to my house has like popcorn and soda, and that's like it. This place has like chicken and fries. Now, of course, this is also incredibly expensive. However, seeing the movie there is way cheaper. Seeing the movie there might be like $10. Even less. Where it's always like, I want to say it's either 13 or 15 at the closest place to me. I'm trying not to like name names so nobody like sues me. For all I know, they're part of the same chain somehow. I still go to my local movie theater. Prices are about $5 since the workers think I'm a college student. Ooh, you got to ride that out, dude. You gotta. Someday that's going to end, but you got to try and keep getting that when you have like a big gray beard. The movie theater an hour away from me has reclining seats. An hour away. The fact that you know the status of a theater an hour away from you does not bode well for the theater closest to you. Whenever I go to my local theater, it's typically clean and the audiences are chill. It's rare when I have a bad experience at the theater. Audiences I've always had be chill. I've never really seen that stereotypical like person like talking, yelling during the movie, or people obnoxious during the movie. Haven't really seen that. But it's always just gross at the one closest to my house, and it's just not that good. It's like part of a mall, and the mall is definitely like going under because like a lot of stores are leaving and stuff like that. It's just a very decrepit, sad place. Whereas, the theater like 25 minutes away from me is kind of just this like, it's in the middle of like all these like farm hill towns, like I said. So it's kind of like, it's like the beacon of like, here's where all of our stores are. Here's where everybody kind of gathers. Like, that's where their like furniture place is, or their big grocery store and everything. It's this place where like everybody, wants to go to. Whereas the one like closest to my house is like in like the corner of the city, and there's not really like it's just like shady businesses all around there. But yeah, what got me onto that was Weathering with You, the new Makoto Shinkai film is something that I desperately want to see in an American theater. I don't want to pirate it because I want to see that movie in a theater, subbed or dubbed, doesn't really matter to me, but it'll probably be dubbed. There's always someone to bring their oh yeah, Osiris, you're lucky there's always someone who has to bring their baby to the next Deadpool movie. Yeah, man. Dude, my baby's got to see Deadpool, dude. He's a huge Ryan Reynolds fan. My kid, dude. Worst thing that happens were these little kids yelling throughout Pacific Rim 2. Don't worry, though. I made sure a worker kicked them out before the finale to piss them off even more. That's pretty funny. Someone brought their baby to the screening of Iron Man 3. So, a funny story about Little Miasma. Believe it or not, when I was... I gotta look at the year that this movie came out. Because now I have to justify. When was this? So 2002. The movie, the M. Night Shyamalan film Signs. Some of you might be a little too young for that. I know I'm old here. I'm an old 27-year-old dude. But I was around 10 years old this time. And I was in Florida visiting family. And Little Miasma's aunt and uncle took him to a theater to see the popular movie at that time, Signs, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Pretty okay movie. You know, the guy, is insanely hit or miss, in my opinion. But looking back, I think that movie is actually not terrible. However, there's an infamous scene in Signs, and I think everybody's going to know what I'm talking about. The birthday scene with like the camera, like it's like a birthday in like freaking Brazil or some shit, and like the movie's about like fucking aliens visiting Earth, and so they're fucking like somebody hears some shit outside, and it's a birthday party. Somebody's recording a birthday party, and like they run inside, right, and it's like a found footage type thing where like it's this person, like a mom or some shit, like putting up the camera looking outside. And like you just see on like a brush, you see something's in there. Now they're like this is like I think like 40 minutes into the film or so. You haven't fucking seen an alien at all. They've teased it at you and shit. Now all of a sudden, I'm a 10-year-old kid, right? All of a sudden in the movie, like out of the brush, like the same color green, just walks across this fucking tall ass alien fucking shit. And I was so fucking scared. Like I thought the movie was really cool. And then I just instantly, like, dude, like, got, like, super terrified. And I had to go out and, like, compose myself for a second. I don't think I cried. Maybe I did cry. I do remember my aunt, like, took me out, and then we eventually went back in and saw the rest of the movie. Which, by the way, in the rest of the movie, like, you get a much closer glimpse of the fucking aliens. And that didn't bother me. It's just that moment. It's kind of jump scary. It's kind of like, it's an intense movie moment for sure. And I was 10 years old, so sue me, whatever. But that's a funny, if you want to laugh at my asthma story of me, probably pissed myself and having to be taken out of theater by one of my aunts. When I went to see Hobbs and Shaw on opening day, me, my brother, and one person stayed to see the post-credit scene. 3 of us had a brief, cool chat about the Fast and the Furious series. That's cool. The only, I always like to joke with people, the only Fast and Furious I've ever seen is Tokyo Drift. I have, like, no interest in those movies, like, at all. I don't really know what it is. It's just not really my cup of tea. I'm not that into cars, and I'm not that into, like, action films. Unless it's, like... I like action films if they have, like, a supernatural element to it or something. Like I think Blade. Like, I think that's pretty... Like, the first one. The other ones aren't as good. But, like... I don't know, like a vampire movie like that or something. I'm not into, like, based in reality yet tons of bullshit, flipping cars, exploding fucking RPG bullshit. But yeah, so Signs made Little Miasma like wet himself. So there's that. But yeah, I really want to see Weathering with You in theater. I saw Your Name and A Silent Voice in this theater that's about 25 minutes away from me. that's the other cool thing is while they're a little farther away, they air a lot of anime stuff. Do you guys have any theaters near you that air anime stuff? Because this one in particular does, I think, at least something every month, whether it's like a Ghibli film or or like new releases or something like that. Pokemon movies. I think they usually pick like one like Saturday a month or something, and they usually do air something. So I remember when I saw Silent Voice, I left straight from work. And it's kind of like I work like pretty far away. It's in between the theaters, in between my house and my work. So I remember I grabbed something to eat, went to the theater, sat in traffic to the theater, and then on the way home, surprisingly. But it was really worth it to see A Silent Voice because it's an amazing movie that you can actually watch on Netflix now. If you have not seen A Silent Voice, I highly recommend it. Even if you're somebody that's not necessarily that into anime, I think it's a very good. I think it's a good like first anime for people, or just like a good movie for like if you have someone that's just like on the fence about the medium, because it's kind of just it's a cool just like growing up story about like bullying and stuff like that, and growing up with a disability, and really cool story of Silent Voice. I also recommend reading the manga. It's only 7 volumes long. And it's a really good story. And the movie does a very great job depicting pretty much everything. But I do recommend both because they're both really, really good. And I'm really glad I had that theater to go see it in. Let's see. So I'm excited about Ruby Volume 7 and excited to see Weathering with You at some point in a theater here. And I've been trying to keep up with Demon Slayer and Dr. Stone and Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga, but still, we're still catching up in the manga. We're way behind the manga, but like in terms of anime, we're fully caught up. Episode 10 came out today, and it was pretty good. Jchip's on his way back. That's good. But Vinland Saga's been good. It's been actiony and emotional. A little more emotional than I'm starting to like at this juncture. But I'm sure the action is going to pick up soon. Do you recommend being stoned while watching Dr. Stone? Maybe you want to be stoned. I don't think it would make it any less entertaining. But yeah, Dr. Stone has been in the last few episodes is kind of, it's almost like a complete, like I flipped my thoughts. The last time I talked about Dr. Stone with Dread, last time he was on here, I kind of complained about how the newer episodes of Dr. Stone are kind of just him, like they're like him making some shit, like him like, oh wow, we made like they made a light bulb or some shit. And like I'm like, cool, like I understand the point of this. Like the point of this is he's going to be, they're like, oh, we made, I don't know, like not armor, but like they made something for their spears. And I get it. It's supposed to show he's teaching these people how to progress, and he's working with essentially like cavemen type people to try and rebuild modern society. I get that, but it really hits you over the head with it. Like a lot. Like a lot of it is just them sitting around like making some shit. And it's a lot of trial and error. And I feel like a lot of it is trying to sort of like teach you like, sometimes it feels like school lessons. Because sometimes it's like, to make this, we're going to need sulfur and this type of rock and this type of mineral. And it's like, if you add this and this, it'll look purple. But if you add this and this, it'll look blue. And like, I don't care about the chemistry of what's going on at all. Like, you can kind of just skip that. I mean, it's fine. Just, I get it. Senku is smart. You don't have to, he's going to be smarter than these people that don't understand what technology is. But with this last episode, I kind of flipped, because this last episode he made glass. And more importantly, there's a reason as to why he made glass, to create I think he's back. Is he back, ladies
Hello.
and gents? There he is.
Can you hear me?
I can, and I can see you much more clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, but now you sound robot-y.
Damn it.
Oh, I can hear you again. Can you hear me? That's an important thing. Oh, now I can't hear you. Oh, did you mute yourself?
I did.
You did mute yourself. Which tells me that you could hear me, which is awesome.
Yes.
So I've been rambling on, and now we're on to Dr. Stone.
The worst anime ever.
I disagree. Have you been watching Dr.
I'm just joking. First 2 episodes. I'm waiting until it's done so I can marathon it.
Ooh, okay.
Because I'm
that
only
might
watching
be a good
2
idea.
I'm only watching two shows. I don't really have another show that's ongoing.
Okay. What I was going to get to in this week's Dr. Stone, and I forget, do you read the manga?
I read like 10 chapters at one point. I read it with art a while ago, but I haven't continued it like he did.
All right. Well, it's not really a spoiler. He helps in this recent episode. He helps a girl. So obviously, at this point he's found a civilization of people that have grown up in this future world. So they're basically like cavemen, but they get not. That's kind of tough because they could talk and everything, but like they don't know what technology is. So like they don't have glasses. So there's like this one girl who's everything's fuzzy for her. So she's never like seen stuff like properly. And she's this little cute fucking girl that the one with she wears like this fucking like melon thing on her head for whatever reason. And she can't see shit. So, and he wants to make glass anyway because he wants to make lab equipment. So he goes through all this trial and error of trying to make glass. And he makes 2 like spectacle-sized glasses to put in this girl's like helmet thing. And it's a really beautiful moment where they're like, tell me what you see, and she's all squinty at the sunflowers. And she knows what they are, but like It's very fuzzy. Then he slides the glasses over her head, and she can see it, and she starts crying, and like just tears start pouring because now she can finally see a sunflower. And then the sunflower samurai from Samurai Champloo came up and cut her head off. So that was a really brutal moment. I can't believe that they did a crossover like that. Samurai Champloo meets Dr. Stone. It was really unexpected. I didn't think that was going to happen this season, but yeah, the girl's head just got cut right off. She's spouting out blood like a sprinkler. It was pretty fierce, pretty bold. What was even more bold was when Senku ran up to her corpse and started drinking her blood like it was Kool-Aid. It was really fucked up. It was really, it got really dark. Such a beautiful moment. Can you imagine that shit happened? I can finally see. How savage she finally gets to see and gets beheaded. I want to be clear that she didn't actually get beheaded. Or maybe she did. You have to watch Dr. Stone to see. Hey, Lord Kilby. But I am curious. So now I've kind of touched on what I watched. Jchip, have you watched anything lately? Or what are you into?
Well, first, I'm about to finish Excel World, which was made by the guy that made Sword Art Online. I started Haikyuu, which is the volleyball anime.
Ooh.
It's actually not bad. Like, I don't give a fuck about volleyball at all. But that show is kind of making me care a little bit.
What made you want to watch Haikyuu?
People said it was good.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, you know what? I've been putting this off for years. Might as well start. Might as well give it a try. And I saw It Chapter 2 in the theater. Not as good as the first chapter, I'll be honest. Kind of a downer. How is Excel World compared to SAO? They're kind of the same to me. They're both mindless action shows. Like the character, like it's got some pretty animation.
Is Excel World the one about the chubby guy?
Yeah, the little chubby guy, and he gets a really hot girlfriend just out of the blue.
Well, good for him.
Our the patron we share recommended me to watch it. So yeah.
Oh,
then later,
okay.
This month, I had to watch.
Oh, your mic's breaking up a tad.
Okay, after Excel World, I have to watch Squid Girl.
Squid Girl
Again. I've seen it before. Yeah. Hey, I'll rewatch a show if it's good.
So you're saying Squid Girl is good?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Is that the one where she talks in like a bunch of squid puns?
Yeah.
Does anyone's head get popped off when they get spiked on in Haikyuu? What'd you say?
That's a good question. I said that's a good question.
Oh, okay. Has it happened yet?
No, they haven't.
Yes
I
or
haven't gotten to their first game yet. They're still practicing.
Oh,
well, their high school game. It starts out when they're in middle school, and then they go to high school.
Oh boy. I'm sure there's rivalries. I'm sure there's guys that are like, nobody can jump higher than me. I whack the volleyball harder than anybody.
It's very shonen, and the composer of the music composer did My Hero Academia as well, so that's nice.
All right.
If you want to know what I picked up at my magical pawn shop, just watch my pickups video.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did have a video come out today. Everybody should check that out. I have not checked out myself.
Lord Kopi checked it out, which was cool.
Oh, nice. Lord Kopi is good people.
Yeah. I think he senses the Inuyasha fan in me.
I mean, because Lord Kopi knows what's up. I'm the real Inuyasha fan.
Hey, I'm picking up that first season Blu-ray.
You wouldn't have seen Inuyasha if it wasn't for me. Oh yeah, they're starting to roll out the Blu-rays, aren't they?
Yeah. Season 1's coming out in December, I think. I gotta check up on that.
Is it like a cool box set?
No, it's just the Blu-ray with 28 episodes and like a slipcover.
Okay, thank God. Thank God I don't have to get it, Lord Kopi and Jchip. If they did it as like some fucking cool like, can you imagine like Aniplex got the rights to Inuyasha and we're gonna make a cool box set that's shaped like a fucking Naraku baboon head.
Have you seen the Ranma 1/2 Blu-rays?
No.
They're cool. They come with an art book. I wonder if they should.
No, don't give them any ideas. Don't give them any ideas. I bought all the DVDs. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to buy. DVD. There are actually even more. There's actually DVD box sets that I don't own because they're really hard to find. You have to get them on like eBay, and I don't really trust eBay for getting DVDs. Really, the only one I got from eBay was Scryed, and even that has like a bad disc. But yeah, there's actually box sets with like they're like I don't know what features are on them, but Ranma 1/2s are rare and expensive to get.
Yeah, that particular set is rare, but you can still get them like individually.
And I think are they re-releasing the Ranmas on Blu-ray? I think.
Ranma?
Yeah, I thought they were redoing. I thought they were like re-releasing it. I thought they were in the process of doing it. Oh, I thought they were in the process.
Everything. All of Ranma's on Blu-ray right now. They just released like cheaper version.
Oh, okay. All right. The segment that I really wanted to get to. is a show that was recommended to me by Jchip from the Jchip show. And I talked about it the last couple weeks, but he hasn't been here. A show called School Days. Now, I'm a little late to this party because this came out, like, I don't know, fucking 6 years ago or whatever.
In 2007, I think.
Oh, 2007?
I think.
This was 11 years ago?
Someone in the chat, look it up, because I don't feel like it.
I got it, because it's probably... you're correct, 2007.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Hey.
it seems like... It does not seem that old. I will say this, for 2007, it doesn't look horrible all the time. It looks okay sometimes.
I like the OP.
The OP's okay. It's not something I really want to like listen to all the time.
I bet you our special friend likes it because you see nipple in that OP.
So, it's not. I feel like I feel like I'm years late to this party. It is not the worst anime ever. Anybody that says that is freaking out. Anybody named Glass Reflection who makes a YouTube video saying it's like the worst anime of all time needs to watch Garzy's Wing or needs to watch like Super Kid.
You kind of have to admit the way it was written was pretty good. Like you weren't
School
supposed
Days?
to. Yeah. Like just the way it was written.
I guess yes and no because
you're not really supposed to like the main character.
That's okay, but like it also like some like the people don't really act like people. They just act like sex fiends like a lot of the time.
Yeah.
They just act like they have like no souls.
Besides,
they're just dicks and vaginas.
Besides Sakai, Makoto, and the other girl, I'm forgetting her name. Everyone else is just kind of boring to me.
Kotonoha?
Yeah, Kotonoha. Like, I know Makoto has a friend, a male friend, and I don't know his purpose.
I mean, a lot of it could have just been, I mean, in the long run, if he just, wasn't blind and just got with Sakai from the start and, like, focused on Sakai, a lot of stuff would have changed in his life. A lot of stuff would be different in his life. Emphasis on the word life. Kotonoha, while, sort of a QT 3.14, she's got the body of someone older than her. But she's also very indecisive and very, like, annoying. And very, like, I don't know. Whereas Sakai was way more down to earth. So in terms of, like, best girl in the show, I guess Sakai.
I don't know about that. Sakai's she's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, but, like,
towards the end, when she's saying she's pregnant with his kid.
Listen, she likes him.
Okay.
At least she wasn't like Kotonoha that's like, oh, hey, I don't know, like, very she's so hesitant. Like, bitch, like, you're hot, dude, and you're pressing up against me all the time. Like, come on.
Do you remember any of the other girls?
I remember they're just, like, bodies for him to bang. They're basically Dakimakuras at that point. Like, that's all, like, those characters are.
He gets into a 4-way at one point.
Green hair. I just called her green hair. The green hair was annoying, and she fucks him for no reason.
There's a lot of weird hair with the girls, I've noticed, besides Kotonoha and Sakai.
There's also the other dude that bangs Kotonoha or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was weird.
Didn't they bang during, like, the festival and they filmed it?
Something like that, or he, like, raped her or some shit. I don't remember.
Now, did you watch Bob Samurai's video on School Days?
A long time ago, not recent enough for me to remember what he said.
I kind of agree with him on the sense that School Days would have worked better as a hentai.
Yeah. Which
like
there is a hentai version.
I know there is. And there's a manga version which has a completely different ending.
And there's also, like, the English version of the original visual novel has the sex scenes in it.
Yeah.
But there is a hentai called Shiny Days, which is School Days, but with the fucking. Um, there's no point debating whose best girl School Day is. I highly recommend you check out Wounded Man if you want a contender for possibly the worst anime ever made. Wounded Man.
I saw Angels of Death, and I would rather watch School Days.
Angels of Death. Oh, yeah, I'd also rather watch School Days again. The one character who rapes surprisingly gets less hate than the main character of School Days. Yeah, I never heard about this fucking the rape guy, and then like everybody shouted on Makoto. Makoto fucking sucks too, but like,
Dick. He kind of had what's coming to him at the end.
But I kind of just wrote it like Makoto's just kind of like he's just like that douchey guy from high school. Like I just like from the beginning, like I really just wrote him off as like I'm not gonna like this dude. So
also
like,
kind of weird because he starts out like a normal kid in like high school.
Yeah, and he's like, I like this girl, and then it's like, I don't know if I like her.
Yeah, he was bored of her.
She's not touching my wiener immediately.
I will say about School Days is I did like the first 2 episodes when he's on the date and he's just being like the worst boyfriend ever.
I like the last episode.
Oh, of course, the last episode's iconic. I'm not one for reaction videos, but I love watching people's reactions when they see the ending and they have no idea what's happening.
If you want a reaction, I do have a special guest for us, and I had to invite him over to my house again. And I hate having him over here because every time he's over here, one of my I don't have that many figures, but they're not quite stolen, but they're always like moved around, and it's kind of weird. Sometimes they're taken into the bathroom, which is odd. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Poor Tomoko. Luckily, I've been able to protect her, but like...
Poor Tomoko.
But you got my
Imagine if Tomoko was in School Days.
Well, yeah. So my next guest, even though I'm not really excited to have him here at the house, I'm gonna step out for a second. I'm gonna let him take over. You have to give me a second to go let him in. But Jchip was highly questioning what my good friend Harry Lolly's thoughts are on School Days. So let me go get the bastard, and he's going to finish it. We'll talk with him for the last few minutes of the podcast, and I want chat. You guys can ask him whatever you want. If you have no idea who Harry Lolly is, thank God every day that you're in that category. There are videos on my channel featuring my good friend my guy that I sometimes interact with named Harry Lolly. They're actually some of my more popular videos for whatever reason. But he likes to talk about girl anime characters touching his feet, and he's a real deep anime guy. So let me go get him. Chat, you can feel free to ask Jchip, the Jchip Show, what his favorite pizza topping is.
All right, the best pizza topping. This is an interesting thing because I do like pizza, and I would have to say pepperoni. Just straight up pepperoni is the best. I'm okay with sausage, and I'm okay with just plain cheese pizza, but the pizza has to have pepperoni on anything else. Also, pineapple goes on pizza. Oh shit.
What's up, everybody? Harry Lolly here, the real anime fan, on my Asma Senpai's channel.
What's up?
It's been far too long since I've been on here. You have to forgive me, my voice is going away a little bit, so sometimes my random accent that seems to change every time I'm on the camera, might go away here and there. But I am here rocking. My Asma never wears a true anime t-shirt. You ever notice that? He's always wearing like his old track stuff. Or sometimes he wears like a Yu-Gi-Oh shirt. Or sometimes he wears like college football stuff. Like a true weeb wears Dragon Ball Z shirts every day. I wear this 8 days a week because I'm a real fan. The same shirt. I don't even wash it. I just let it hang outside, let the rain drizzle on it just a tad, throw it back on. Me and, 30 other guys at the con all smell the same anyway. So, like, who cares?
Speaking of Dragon Ball Z t-shirts, I have 2.
Oh, well, You know how Miasma goes to Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. At the same tournament, they have the Dragon Ball Super playing card game, and I went with them this week, and I just picked up a couple boxes of Dragon Ball Super cards. Not because I had no interest in playing the game. I just wanted all of the pan cards.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang them up on my wall like everybody should. Everybody needs a pan wall. I threw away every other one. They told me that, hey, this is expensive. This is worth some money. That's a cool Janemba. Man, I'm not interested in Janemba. I'm Harry Lolly. I want Pan. I want Bulma. I want the pig guy. I want Oolong.
Harry Lolly, we do this thing on the Sugoi Boys called What Have You Been Watching? So I'm very curious, sir. What have you been watching?
Well, my husband told me...
I know one thing.
My husband, well, I try to get at least, one watching of a few episodes of Made in Abyss every week. But I try to rewind back and forth. It's most of the scenes where you got Nanachi going, yeah. Like, I just love that the sound over and over again. So I literally take my DVDs and I plug them into my Xbox, and I just sometimes replay. I had to buy the DVDs over again. I'm not gonna lie. I may or may not have broken the disc from trying to replay that same Nya scene over and over again. I may have done that.
What do you think of Miasma thinking about selling that Blu-ray box set that he said last week?
Well, he hasn't sold it yet, and I think that I wish he had sold it to me back because I had to buy it twice.
I mean, hey, you're good friends. Maybe he'll just give it to you.
Maybe he will. Like Yamada's first time,
Yeah.
I wish he had just signed it for me. At least then, he's up to 200 subscribers now.
Yeah.
And he could have signed it and given it to me. But yeah, the other thing I've been watching a lot of. I love watching a lot of like compilation videos of like girls getting head pats in anime. That's one of my favorite things. I'm a good fan of the head pat, and I like specifically the Shakugan no Shana OP1 where it opens up with the wind blowing out her skirt. I think that's a beautiful artistic masterpiece. I'm not even that into the song. I'll just replay that part over and over again. The way the wind goes is a true testament to beautiful animation.
So
fuck Type Moon, fuck Fate Zero. I give me a skirt blowing in the wind on a little lolly girl, and I'm fine.
Hey, I hate Fate too, so I'm on the same boat as you.
How many times have I watched Bible Black? It would be easier to count the days that I haven't watched Bible Black. There, like Loosh, okay?
How many days would that be?
I watch Bible Black after breakfast. I watch Bible Black after brunch, and I even watch Bible Black right before bed. I skip dinner because that's when I watch Shiny Days.
Do you watch it dub or sub?
Bible Black, you gotta. It depends what kind of mood I'm in. If I'm in for the laughs, I'll go for the dub. If I'm there for the business, I'll go for sub. Who's the best girl in Love Live? Love Live. I don't remember any of their names, but the purple hair one is pretty good. I know that would also be Miasma's favorite. He told me when he went to Japan it was all Love Live stuff, yet he didn't bring me back any posters or anything. You know what he brought me back from Japan? Nothing. No, I asked him specifically to find a girl's panty vending machine. That's all I wanted. Not any item from it. I wanted the vending machine itself. Okay. And I know that might have. He said he couldn't do it. Where are we in 2019 country? Thank you, Trump. And we live in an era where my good friend Miasma can't carry home a panty machine with him. What is going on?
What's your favorite jutsu?
My favorite sexy jutsu. 100% at 10, 11 out of 10. 99.100% of the time, sexy jutsu.
Speaking of sexy no jutsu, where's your Naruto headband? I missed that.
Oh, the Naruto headband. Well, I'm at my husband's house, and the Naruto headband I think is at my place. He doesn't let me over here that often anymore.
You know what would be a great video, and I think everybody will watch it, is if Miasma brings his camera over to your house and does an entire room tour.
I kind of like it, but under certain court orders, Mr. Jchip, I'm not really allowed to have cameras around my room anymore.
Oh no!
Especially videos that children might see. I can't really get that far into it, but my lawyers have told me Harry, this is the 4th time now. We can't be doing this anymore. So.
So, Light asked what happened to that limited edition My Hero Academia body pillow, but I believe that was actually Miasma's, not Harry Lolly's.
It is Miasma's, and I was so disappointed because he got the Invisible Girl, and I'm not that into the Invisible Girl. I'm an Uraraka fan, and
what do you think of
the Frog Girl?
What do you think of? Yeah, I was about to say, what do you think of Suyu?
Suyu, she got that tongue. She got that tongue, dude.
I mean, she's a frog.
That's fine. Do
you know how slimy frogs are?
That's fine. Holo's a wolf. You trying to say Holo ain't pretty? Holo's a wolf
awesome.
Girl.
Holo's awesome.
Yeah. So you could be a wolf, you could be a frog, you could be a dog, you could be a cockroach, you could be a damn hermit crab. You like Squid Girl. You know who else likes Squid Girl? Harry Lawler loves Squid Girl. I used to watch Squid Girl before breakfast, before brunch. And then I watched Bible Black after it. It would be a double feature, Squid Girl, Bible Black, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Nice. So Speaking of Squid Girl, me and Miasma were talking about anime called School Days, and I believe it was your first time watching it. So take me back to when you watched episode 1 all the way to episode 12, and give me a reenaction of your reaction to that final episode.
I don't know if words can really surmise it, Mr. Jchip. I laughed. I cried. I may have diddled myself a tad. But then I laughed and I cried again. And then at the end, I bawled out. I wanted more. We need another season of School Days. I need to know what's in the future for Kotonoha. Kotonoha, in my opinion, was Kotonoha best girl. In my opinion, Harry Lolly's into like Sakai kind of. I'm into Kotonoha for 2 very important reasons, and they're both in the middle of her body. And 3 really. One is her heart. She got a big heart, and that's cool. But she also has gigantic personalities. Especially for a girl her age.
That's way more important.
To be honest, you could have just had the entire show be about her and her personalities. You don't even need Makoto. You don't even need the basketball team, wherever the hell was going on, or the other guy in the school. You don't need any of that. Sakai was okay. She gets a little nuts toward the end, but this anime, I think, should be held in high regard. My husband always talks about anime you need to watch, anime that like must-watch anime, I think he calls them. He says Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. He says Cowboy Bebop. He talks about all these meh kind of shows. School Days is one of those anime. This anime will make you laugh, it'll make you cry, it'll make you feel. I was so deeply connected to these characters. I threw myself right in Makoto's shoes. I can't wait to play the visual novel for the 12th time this week. As soon as this show ended, I went and play the visual novel. And I gotta be honest with you, Jchip, I can't get that far in it. For whatever reason, I play for a couple minutes and I get really tuckered out. I get very tired, and and I've had to run back to Walgreens because I'm running out of tissues every couple hours. Yeah, I keep running out of tissues. I don't know if it's my allergies. I don't know what's going on. But it ain't better than Charlotte. Charlotte's an anime that my asthma actually kind of enjoys. That Lord Kobe, he thought it was okay. I haven't quite seen Charlotte myself, but I would imagine. I know it's from I think it's the same people as Angel Beats, which I
think it's part of the key stuff with Clenad, Canon, and Angel Beats.
Which one of the little girls in School Days are you going to romance Kotonoha all day, Lelouch?
So I gotta ask you, what did you think of Mr. Makoto cheating on Kotonoha for all these different girls?
I mean, sometimes in life, there's a phrase, Justin. Life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. When life gives you lollies, you take a lick. When life gives you lollies, you take a lick, Mr. Jchip. And Makoto took a bunch of licks. How many licks did it take for him to get to the center of a lollipop, of a Tootsie Roll Pop? Quite a bit, too much, and he lost his head because of it.
What did you think of Kotonoha's little sister? I think her name was Katsura.
I mean, one could see. I think someday she could be her sister. But I put Kotonoha in such a high regard. You got to understand, Kotonoha is like the deity of that show. She could almost do no wrong, in my opinion. Even after the last episode, like people say, Griffith did nothing wrong. Kotonoha did nothing wrong.
So, speaking of that ending, I want to know your reaction. Can you please give us a reenactment of you watching like the last 10 minutes of School Days when Sakai just comes in and just stabs the shit out of him?
A reenactment? I guess how I felt was, not gonna lie, a little betrayed because, like I said, I put myself in Makoto's shoes a lot during the show. And I found myself just aspiring to be saved by my lovely Kotonoha, but that sadly wasn't going to be the case as Sakai sort of exacted her sort of insane revenge, in my opinion. Makoto's just trying to live his life. He's just trying to, shove it in as many things as he can, what's that shove it in, isn't that the slogan for that the brand of I can't think of the brand now. I think it used to be plug it in, but as far as I'm concerned, it's shove it in. To me, it's shove it in. If you got lollies in front of you, if you got girls trying to throw themselves at you, or for some reason in Makoto's case, you clearly borderline raping them, and then they just kind of go along with it. Really convenient for him. He must have some kind of superpower.
I mean, he kind
of just does that and gets away with it.
He was kind of a normal, boring kid, but then something happens within him that just impresses all these ladies, and he gets a 4-way at one point. What was on your mind when he has 3 ladies in his bedroom and he did adult things with them while he was in a relationship?
I'm not gonna lie with you, Jchip. I think I passed out. There's only so much that a man can really handle. I remember that scene starting up, and then I think I passed out. My seat fell backwards, and by the time I came to, my screensaver of Shiro from No Game No Life was on full blast.
I'm sorry, but I'm laughing at Light's comment. Can Harry Lolly penetrate Sakai harder than Kotonoha?
I mean, I'd rather be with Kotonoha. As I've stated, Kotonoha is best girl in the show, but hey. Another Harry Lolly saying, a hole's a hole.
Do you prefer Golden Boy or School Days?
I'm a little more into School Days, considering School Days gets a little more actually graphic and adult. I think it's a more mature show. Golden Boy kind of plays everything off like a joke.
What do you think Miasma would say? Give me your best Miasma impression to answer that question.
I'm Miasma, and that's all. And Gungrave is a very underrated show, and Inuyasha's really, really great. I grew up watching Inuyasha a long time ago. I always say I'm going to do a bunch of videos, but then I get busy, and then I make them once in a while. I have 200 subs for some reason. Mostly because of Harry Lolly, I think.
Of course.
People for some reason like my opinion. I think it's because I have a beard. But yeah, I'm Miasma, and I play a lot of Overwatch, and I like it a lot. But, I also like the anime Golden Boy better than School Days because I have little taste in actual mature stories about lollies. And I am really into a guy riding his bike around Japan doing odd jobs because I'm miasma, and I'm into that kind of thing, apparently. Did I mention that I like Inuyasha and Gungrave? Yeah, so basically that's my impression of miasma. That's basically how he sounds on a daily basis. I'm a lot more, like I said, a real anime fan. Dragon Ball Z turns every day. Tokyo Guru. We got, yeah, basically those two. That's all I think of the top of my head. Really, Black Clover. I'm really all about the mainstream animes. Attack on Titan, all that. If it ain't a mainstream anime and it ain't about lollies, Harry Lolly ain't about it. And if it ain't Harry and if it ain't lolly, you shouldn't be about it either.
Where
Ruined
was
School Days ranked by top 10?
Yeah, where would it rank?
That's tough. That's tough. B Gotta HK is up there for sure.
The best $11 I've ever spent.
No Game No Life is up there. K-On for sure.
Hey, our friend Dread really likes that show, so maybe you can bond with him.
K-On Shudibyo is up there. Hidamari Sketch.
What do you think of
Chobits to an
Chobits?
extent. Chobits is pretty good. I wish it had more boning in it. I like how physically
but it does
turns
have
her
that
on.
little robot.
Sumomo, that's one of my Asma's favorite characters. I'm a fan of Sumomo, but I'm more of a Chi guy, I like how they show you how Chi actually literally gets turned on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course. So I am a Bleach fanboy, so I have to know who is best girl in Bleach.
Best girl in Bleach. You
got Neliel, who is a little girl, and then she turns into a big busty girl.
That's the one with the green hair?
Yep.
I'm kind of into who is the red-headed girl with the sword that turns into like dust.
Oh.
She's the lieutenant for the guy. Rangiku. I'm pretty into Rangiku.
I mean, she has the biggest pair of personalities out of every.
She has personalities. She also has. Her sword is kind of cool, and I have this fanfic that I wrote years ago where she turns her sword into dust and figures out an ability to turn her body into dust, and she just enters my body. And it's all about having a girl inside of your body, and that's there's nothing wrong with that. I'm also into.
You might be into Isane.
I don't remember who that is.
She's a shy girl. Has big personalities. Her sword turns into a fork.
I remember I was really into Yoroichi.
Oh, of course. I mean, she turns into a cat.
You nailed it right on the head, Mr. Jchip. I'm into that bestiality stuff too.
You gotta admit, it's kind of weird because when she turns into a cat, she has a man's voice.
That's okay. Do I like Aiken? Boy, I was born watching Aiken. I was watching Aiken before I watched Blue's Clues, okay?
Oh, Blue's Clues was my shit. Fuck whoever else replaced Steve.
I'm more of into. I think Magenta should have had a show.
Magenta.
Yeah, Magenta had the biggest personalities in Blue's Clues. On that note, we're gonna cut this off, and I'm not gonna let my asthma back on. I want to thank everybody for coming, checking out my asthma's channel. He's super happy that it's hit 200 subs. I want to thank my good friend Jchip from the Jchip Show. Please check out his channel. It was nice meeting you guys. If you haven't met me before, you can check me out on my asthma's channel. On I think it's 5 anime girls I want touching my feet. I think he had me talk about a few other anime as well.
Yeah. My favorite one was Ichigo 100.
Ichigo 100%.
Yes.
Check out that video. But specifically, check out 5 anime girls I want to touch my feet. That's the big one.
And Bigata HK because I was the reason why you did that video.
Bigata HK, and then there's a live chat which included Bob Samurai, in which I may or may not have had Miasma's panties on my face.
Yeah.
It was good to see you.
Can't wait to have you back, Harry.
I know.
Sucks that Dread couldn't be here, but
I know. But
hopefully you can message him in the Discord.
We all know he'll check this out in the future.
Of course.
Want to thank everybody for coming, and we'll see you next time. See you.
Oh, we're still live. I don't know if he stopped it. I know he yeah. Bye.